Hey, how about those stolen guns in Seattle? The Belltown shooting from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. They killed 34-year-old Eina Kwon in her 32nd week of pregnancy with her second kid. It was stolen out of Lakewood. We knew that fairly early on because if you do have a burglary and you lost a handgun, make sure you include that. And if you legally owned it, especially make sure you include that because it'll probably be used in a crime. Like the gun that killed Eina Kwon had been used in a drive-by in Tacoma in August of last year, because they recover the bullets and stuff, and then the crime lab documents the various marks that are unique to each gun. So anyway, this is what we know about the unprovoked Belltown shooting that killed that woman and injured her husband. So there's no, the gun doesn't talk. It doesn't have a brain and it doesn't shoot itself. It can't say how many hands were exchanged, but there is a big correlation between guns recovered at a crime scene and the gun itself being stolen. That sort of sequence, like Belltown to used in August of 2021 to stolen out of Lakewood 2 years ago. That sequence illustrates how firearms circulate in the local black market, with frequent sales or trades occurring once weapons are used in crimes, often by people who aren't legally allowed to possess them, said Police Chief Adrian Diaz to the Seattle Times. So that's only um, uh, the guns that get stolen. The other issue that they're dealing with are what are called the 80% guns, which are now totally illegal in Washington. But these are guns that come as a kit, and by kit I mean they're 80% completed. You have to do some drilling and then drop some parts in, and it's a bit of a crapshoot. It may work, it may not. So like for instance, the teens that were seen robbing the 7-Eleven last week, and the two of them with the guns who decided to just randomly shoot the cashier and a patron of the 7-Eleven, that holding the guns up, the guns were not functioning, and they were like reseating the magazine and stuff like this, and they were trying to make the weapons function. They were not functioning. I would bet pounds to donuts that they were kit guns that they probably bought from someone, for 400 bucks or whatever. And they never took them out to the woods and test fired them or whatever you do. Chief Diaz said the highest number of guns Seattle PD has recovered in any 5-month period in the first 5 months of this year, 629 guns through the end of May. That's the highest number of guns they've recovered in any 5-month period, putting the department on pace to meet or exceed the 2018 record of 1,408 guns recovered in a single year. There was a really discouraging poll last week that, and I'll find it. I don't want to misquote it, but there was a majority, in two questions, there was a contradiction in your conclusion. In one question was, do you approve of Seattle police? And it was like a total of, hard no, 20%, don't know, 41%. So 63% agreeing that they disapprove of Seattle police. Then the next question was why? And the overwhelming answer was because there's not enough of them. It's not that because they're the man and their steel-toed boot is on my neck. Nothing like that. It was because there's not enough. Because they're spread too thin, and I'll find it. I thought it was really telling. It was like it's a town recovering from that binge, that lefty binge that happened 2 years ago when the police were the problem man, and that it was going to be a summer of love and the whole thing. And so, all right, you got what you wished for. Everyone close to retirement took early retirement or went to Boise or Wyoming or whatever and said, okay, I'll go cop somewhere where they appreciate me. And then, or what is it? Kent is poaching officers because they treat them well, and pay them well and appreciate them and stuff like that. And they're really, really weird how work environment for a cop. Your office is a car, and your clients are complete strangers who are about to have the worst day of their life, and then you show up. So it's nice to get a thank you. So there's that.